All right, today we have Dave Nadeau here with us to answer some questions about being the chairman of the select board of the town of Ashby, which is impressive as hell because not that many people want that job. Dave did something, and he doesn't know I'm going to talk about this, and I'm going to do it anyway. But while I was thinking about the questions, some of the people that I rely on to help me with these questions, one of them surprised me and said that, Dave, I got this thing, a bug up my butt about the state gives a class on being a selectman. Our people take that class before they run.
Mm-hmm.
And it turns out it's more parliamentary procedure type of a class,
Yeah.
which you can read a book, you can see it online. But what you did, which I was amazed, because I don't think anybody else has ever done this, you attended committee meetings of all the major committees that we have going in the town. So you know what was going on.
I did.
Did you ever hear of anybody else doing that?
I did not. It was suggested by somebody that I was talking with before I actually really decided if I wanted to be on the board. And they said, well, why don't you start attending some of the other boards' meetings? I said, that's a fantastic idea. So I joined all of the meetings, Board of Health, Conservation, Planning Board, just to figure out where the town was going and learn, because I didn't know anything at that time.
And I have to say, feedback that I got from those people that were on those committees at that time, they were impressed as all hell.
Really?
They thought, this guy really wants to do the job. And that, to me, that just, I think there should be some kind of a law passed that every board member should do that. Because then they come with an awareness that is essential, I think, to be part of running the town. Otherwise, you're sitting there for the first month or two trying to figure out what's going on.
Yeah.
You already knew what was going on because you were there and you did it and you, oh, all right.
And I did. I read actually several months of meeting minutes from committees and boards.
See?
So I would be prepared for what was to come.
And I guess it showed.
Thank
And
you.
it is good.
I appreciate that.
Okay. What made you decide to become a select board member?
So that's a funny story. I was approached by Lillian Whitney.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
She called me several times and grabbed my ear and said, you know, the town needs you. I said, really? I said, needs me for what? We want you to be on the select board. I said, well, who is we? And all the people in town. So I laughed. I said, well, I've never done that before. I'm not sure I could possibly do that. How much time was involved. And she offered to help. And she was a sweetheart. She really believed in me at that time.
Mm-hmm.
And encouraged me. She would call me a couple times every week. Have you pulled papers? Are you going to do it? We have a meeting at Scott Sweeney's house. If you'd like to come meet him, he's on the select board. And I said, okay. So she really enticed me to do this. So like you mentioned before, I started listening to meetings. And I started attending select board meetings. I attended every select board meeting that I possibly could. I don't think I missed one for several months prior to me pulling papers.
Huh,
So it was interesting. So a lot of that credit goes to Lillian Whitney.
that amazes me.
Everybody says that.
Yeah, it
She,
amazes me.
She believed in me,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah,
And
huh.
Yeah.
That's great. I
Yeah.
mean, that is,
not many people know that. I've
No.
told some people, but yeah, not many people know that.
huh. Well, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Beginning your position on the select board for a few years now, you've been in it for a few years now.
Yes.
Does the town operate the way you thought it did?
So there's many different aspects of town government, and you can't possibly know every aspect of it. So when I first got on, I actually thought the select board was in charge of every single thing possible. And
In an oversight
Yeah.
type of way?
yeah, and I
You
started
thought
to
you were
get,
gonna find out everything that happened in town?
and I started to get overwhelmed,
Okay,
and was to a point, well, is this really what I'm supposed to be doing? And I did have a mentor who talked me through some of this, not from town. She serves on a council in Leominster.
okay,
And she said, Dave, don't worry about any of that stuff. Everything's gonna fall into place. Do not try to reinvent the wheel. Just kind of go with the flow and learn. And when I first got elected, let me go back. Before I got elected, I spoke to Mike McCallum. And he said, you know, Dave, the first year, just sit back and learn and listen. Don't make any big decisions. Just sit back and learn. And I did that. So that helped.
Did you serve with, Mike?
I did.
You did, okay.
I did. When I first started, it was me, Mike, and Scott Sweeney.
Okay,
Janet Flingstrom did not run again, so her seat was vacant.
right,
Nobody ran against me. But I did put out signs. I sat at, I believe, Maya Hall was the first time.
okay,
And I stayed out there for however time the poll was open for. So back to how I think the town should work or what should have worked, I didn't really know at the time. I'm still learning. It's a process. This is going on 4 years, and I still don't know everything.
okay,
But I surround myself with good people and people that I trust.
good. Well, that does, yeah, that sounds good. It sounds logical. I mean,
Yeah.
you definitely had targets, I guess you would call them.
And I realized I can't do it all myself.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, well, that's
That's-
something that a lot of people in this town think they could,
Yeah.
and they don't want interference. How many hours do you put in as the chair of the select board? On a weekly basis?
Between phone calls, emails and such, I'm sure I put in about 20 hours, maybe
Okay.
30, depending on the week. This week was a very busy week. We have to get ready for town meeting, warrant articles.
The last 2 months, I would say, or you had select board meetings almost every week.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be just once every 2 weeks.
It's tough, you know, but you
Well-
do what you have to do
Yeah.
to keep everything running. Because
So,
the town doesn't stop.
Average 25 hours.
25, 30 hours, yeah.
Okay.
That's fair.
Does the town operate the way you thought it should from the hourly point of view? Did you think you were gonna put in more or less hours?
Less.
Less hours.
I did.
And so it surprised you. Do you think that your other two partners on the table put in as many hours?
Oh, I believe Mike McCallum put in a lot more than that,
Okay.
yeah.
How about Doug and Jessica?
Oh, the current board members we
Yeah.
have now?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they put in just about the same, if not more, probably.
Really?
Yeah, yep.
Oh,
Doug is very involved. I look at him as the day-to-day liaison. Not now, but prior because we didn't have a town administrator.
Right, yeah,
So Doug would, come to town hall probably every day in the morning,
right,
make his rounds, and, make sure the town ran during the day. Mike Bussell, who was the interim town administrator at that time, would call me if there was an issue. But him and Doug did a really good job
uh-huh,
when we didn't have a TA. And then bringing Jessica on board, she's amazing,
yeah.
simply amazing.
Well, how did not being fully staffed affect your job at the point where you didn't know everything yet?
It was hard.
Where did you get who was your mentor through that whole thing?
Claire Frieda.
And she's
She's a city
woman
councilor,
in
city
Leominster.
councilwoman from Leominster.
Okay, all right,
Yeah.
and she understood and,
Oh yeah, she's been on the council for a very long time.
okay.
She's been the top vote getter in Leominster for many, many years
Oh, okay,
as a
great,
councilwoman. Yeah,
Great, well,
she's great.
good advisor,
Yep, I lean on her a lot. I do.
okay,
Because it's also an independent view of what I think is going on in town, and she's looking from the outside,
well,
will,
it's a non-biased.
non-bias, yes,
kind of view,
that's the
yeah.
word, yeah,
So it's probably enjoyable for her not to
oh,
worry
she
about
loves it,
whose toes she's stepping on.
that's
By
right,
giving you the advice.
that's
Let
right,
him step on your toes.
true,
Which, might happen. I'm gonna go right to this question.
yeah, sure.
How much do you make as a select board member?
We make absolutely nothing.
That's what I want people to know, that
Yeah.
you don't get even reimbursed for
Nothing.
nothing.
I have, no reimbursements,
So
I've
this
never
is-
put in a receipt for anything.
Now, is there pressure on your family because of the hours that you've been putting in and the phone calls you get at the weirdest times?
Absolutely,
Yeah,
it's a lot of pressure.
yeah,
In all of this for the past 4 years, my wife has been the rock. She's absolutely amazing,
now,
because she's taken this ride.
do you hear, you signed up for it?
Somewhat.
At times.
Yeah, yeah, and a few other choice words that
Yeah.
we won't say this
Yeah.
evening.
No, you don't have to.
But, it's hard, because I am on the phone a lot, and I'm answering emails at all hours of the night, because I try to spend time with her as well.
Yeah.
There's a balance, right?
Yeah.
And if you don't have that balance, it's not gonna work.
Yeah,
So I have to be open to adjusting my hours at home and making sure I give her the attention she needs as my wife. you
now,
know?
is this the first time that your phone has been turned off in a while?
So it's funny you said that, because we're starting a new practice in my home,
Mm-hmm.
and that is about 8:30. I'm trying to silence my phone, and when I mean silence, I put it on airplane mode and I put it on the side of my bed. And if somebody really needs me, or if something really happened, they know my home phone number. I have a landline.
Mm-hmm.
And Mike, Mary, Jessica, or Doug, I'm sure I would get a phone call and say, hey, so I need to learn to balance town versus your life, your home life, your social life. A lot of things I have missed due to town stuff. And my wife is completely understanding. She sees how much I enjoy doing this,
Mm-hmm.
and I think deep down inside, she enjoys me doing this as well.
Well, what did you used to do with your spare time?
I worked, and I worked, and I worked. I am a medical assistant at a cardiology practice, and I worked for a busy electrophysiologist.
Mm-hmm.
He's a surgeon, and I would go in at 7, I would leave 7, 8 o'clock at night, Monday through Thursday, sometimes going on Fridays. I consumed myself with work.
And did they understand when you said, hey, listen, I'm gonna run for select person in my town, so I'm not gonna be able to put in as many hours?
Yes.
Did that affect the practice?
No. I
I just-
think it affected other people's workload a little bit, but not drastically.
Okay.
I was very open with the doctor, and he was very excited for me. He said, "You should do that. I think you would be good at it."
That's good.
You know, I would say he was one of my cheerleaders,
Uh-huh.
you know?
Uh-huh.
He'd always ask me, "Hey, so what are you doing tonight? You got a meeting tonight?" And occasionally, he would, "Oh, I noticed that we're gonna have a few of your constituents in today." And he would make a point of it to come in while I'm with one of them, and because I would never mention it at work.
Yeah.
I really tried to keep my
Yeah,
work and town separate, so I never,
right.
but he would make a point to mention that sometimes. Yeah, he's a
That's-
really good guy.
It's kind of a,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, he was,
without you asking for it, you get that
Yeah.
pat on the back that, hey,
yeah, another fan, like,
yeah,
he mentor fan, he motivated me,
yeah.
he encouraged me.
Do you get that from townspeople?
I do,
That's good,
I do,
that's good.
I do. I think I get more of that than I get of the naysayers. Because there's a lot of people.
Is that what you expected?
Um,
Did you expect more of a hard time from the normal people that give everybody a hard time?
what I've learned is some people have agendas,
Oh, yeah.
and if you don't go along with their agenda, goodbye.
Yeah,
And that's how it kind of went.
yeah, that's,
You know.
that's one way to do it, I guess.
Yeah. Well,
For a good part of your tenure as a select board member,
mhm.
it seems you have been in difficult staffing situations. How
Hmm.
does this affect the running of the town? And did you think anything could be done to minimize future resignations? I don't think in your first 4 years,
Yeah.
there hadn't been much time in that 4 years where there was 3 select people.
No.
There was always 2.
Correct.
That
There was
is,
a lot of change,
that is unusual.
a lot of turnover,
Yeah,
and it was hard.
yeah.
I was new, and when somebody tells you, okay, it's either affecting their home life or they have a medical condition or something and they need to step away, you have that moment where you say, oh, yeah, something like that, yeah, exactly. But you know what? Like I said earlier, you surround yourself with good people,
Yeah,
and we have amazing people in this town. Employees, volunteers, amazing.
mhm,
I don't think I've ever had somebody say, "No, I can't do that for you." I have a lot of people say, "How can I help you?
mm,
Is there anything I can do for you?"
mm.
So, yep, there was some resignations. People decided to move on and such. You can't control that.
Mhm.
You gotta just keep going forward and do the best you possibly can with what you have. And we have amazing staff, so it was easy.
Now, you've been with, I'm gonna call it 2 different, or actually 3 different town administrators.
Mr. Hanson?
But the
Yeah,
last
rest in peace.
2,
Yeah.
the last 2 had very, very different styles.
Mm-hmm.
I'm being kind, and you
Mhm.
know it. How did you handle the 2 different styles and get the same job done?
Hmm.
When did it come to a point that you said to yourself, I just can't do it that way? Or, this doesn't seem right to me, or, because the one person was very difficult for the volunteers in town to work with. And that had to affect you, because I know a lot of people that they just decided, you know what, I'm not doing anything until that person is gone.
Mm. That's a very good question. It's, hindsight's 20/20,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, yeah.
And everybody has different personalities and different ways of doing things. And you can't knock them for that, because that's their style, their personality. You're not changing somebody's personality or the way they do things. So you try to work with them, you try to do the best you can. And sometimes people decide to part ways. Okay? That's okay, you know? It's taxing though. It's taxing on the employees.
One of them left,
Yeah,
or were told to leave.
yeah, long-term employees.
Yeah. Okay, all right, let's not get into that type of a negativity then.
No, it is what it is, you know?
Yeah. Some people who have been on the select board in the past came to the select board with plans to introduce changes to improve the town. Did you have improvements and changes as part of your plans when you were elected?
No,
Okay.
0.
You didn't see anything that you said, boy, I wish I could make that a little bit different. Or I wish I could, in the future, can we do this a little bit different? Did you change anything the way it's done?
It takes,
I know the one thing that you did do, you got the 15-minute clock now,
yes,
which I don't think we even know the results of that yet, because it just started. And the people that caused it, I think, are fading away. So, you know what I'm saying?
I do.
I mean, there was a reason we did it.
Yep.
Do you see that going on forever?
For as long as I'm on the board, I would hope so.
Okay,
But things change,
yeah,
you know? People come and go, things change.
right,
In the beginning, I didn't really know what to think. So I did take Mike McCallum's advice. I sat back and watched,
right.
you know, and it takes a good 2 years to really figure out the ins and outs and how certain departments work. And of course, you could just jump in and say, you should do it that way. Well, it doesn't work that way. You know, you
Yeah.
put a department head in place because they know that job. They're the expert, right? They're the professional in that job. So
Well,
you have to respect that. And
Yeah.
you don't go in, okay, here we go, we're doing it this way now, this way now. No, it's about conversations. No,
How,
that's-
how are you gonna do it?
Right, let's figure this out together,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Because if we're not doing it together, one of us is doing it alone, and it's not gonna work.
So now, by not having, I guess what politicians call a platform, with, we're gonna do this, and this, and this, and this, we're gonna strengthen this, and get rid of this, and blah, blah, blah. Does that way of thinking help in a town situation? A small town situation?
There could be a ripple effect with that.
Okay,
Like I said, you have to allow the people to do their jobs.
yeah,
You know, you can't go in there with a hammer and,
if you need a screwdriver.
yeah, you need to learn it. And that's one thing I did. I learned the departments. I met with the department heads. I got to know them,
Uh-huh.
Personally
Mhm.
and professionally. And they taught me, so
And you were willing to learn.
absolutely.
See, that,
I love to learn.
if you saw a destructive entity enter into a facet of the town that you as the select board oversee,
Mm-hmm.
you don't do it, you oversee it.
Correct.
How would you handle
Conversations.
that? Yeah,
You have to have conversations.
yeah,
I'm a firm believer in having good conversation. You know what? We're not always going to agree. We're not always going to agree with the way somebody does their job or the way they get to A to B. I might do it differently. But you have put that person in that place, in that job, to do the job.
Right.
And you have to have conversations, and it's feedback, you know?
Right.
I've had plenty of people come to me, Dave, I wish you didn't say that way. I wish you wouldn't have done that. Okay, why not? Well, why? Tell me why. Not just, you shouldn't have done it. Tell me, why don't you think I should have done it that way? And then you have a conversation, and you figure it out. Sometimes you're like, yeah, you're right. You know what? I gotta change.
Or it's opposing points of view, and sorry, but that's how I feel.
You just agree to disagree,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Somebody once said to me, if you don't agree with somebody, or the way their thought process or whatever, he goes, you can say this. He goes, I appreciate your opinion, but I don't share it.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah, that's a,
You know?
yeah.
Because we all have opinions, and you have a certain way you want to do things.
Oh, yeah.
You know, look at this great space right now.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
We said, Jim, well, you came to us and you said, we want to do a studio. I said, that's fabulous.
Yeah,
And we weren't coming down here with the clipboard. And he said, go for it. You're surrounded by
Yeah.
great people.
and we had the budget.
And you got the budget.
And that was the, oh, we don't have a budget. We had the account,
Mhm.
which was sitting there for.
Comcast, yeah. Comcast account, just to be clear.
Yeah,
It's not
it was
the
a
operating
Comcast.
budget or
Right,
anything.
Right,
But we didn't come down here and tell you how to do it. We didn't tell you,
It's true.
you know,
it's true.
you had a vision. And
Well,
I believed in your vision.
Joe-
And
Joe.
Joe and Emma,
Mhm,
you know, you guys had a vision.
mhm.
No way would I ever I know nothing about the audio-visual world.
Neither do
It's
I,
not my specialty,
neither do I, I was building.
right?
They tell me what it has to be, and yeah, I guess a lot of people in town are like the same. You
Hmm.
know, they use their strengths to work with other people to make something, do something, achieve something, so, yeah, that's pretty cool.
You know, and
Yeah,
you surround yourself with good people,
yeah.
you know, people you trust and rely on.
Hey, you've been 4 years now.
It'll be going on 4 years. Yes,
4 years.
it'll be 4 years in a month.
You're gonna love this question.
Oh, I love it.
How did COVID and Zoom affect the town? You must have a special story about Zoom, because we're still doing it.
Yeah.
Boy.
COVID was awful, let's face it. It was a terrible time. But everybody supported everybody wherever you were, you know? And it really showed the compassion that was inside some people, you know, because people were getting sick, people were dying,
Oh, yeah.
you know? And town government still runs. So how do you do it? Zoom. I wish I bought stock in Zoom when COVID first hit.
Oh, yeah.
Zoom is a great thing. I believe that it has gotten many people more involved in town government, just in the town in general, with volunteerism. People are able to do it from their home, where sometimes they may not have a car. They may want to get to a meeting, it could be snowing out, let me hop on the computer,
Oh, yeah.
and you can interact.
Yeah.
It's a great thing. I love that we're back in town hall, because when I first joined the board, I never had a meeting in town hall, and I couldn't wait
Oh,
to get back into town hall.
huh.
Yeah.
So that was the timing then.
Yep.
Because to me, Zoom was, you know, it was almost like, we have Zoom, now we could have COVID.
Mm.
What would we have done if we didn't have Zoom? It would have been
Well,
6 foot, sitting 6 foot apart meetings.
outside. Remember the town meeting we had at Allen Field?
Oh.
That was
Strange.
I won't forget the day Mike McCallum was wrapped up in a jacket. We had a heater blowing, and the sound was too much for the communication part.
Yeah.
So they said, we gotta shut the heater off. I'm like, what? What do you mean shut the heater off? This is gonna be a long meeting. Everybody's in their cars, the heat's cranking. Here we are, me,
Yeah.
Mike, the moderator. There was a ton of people there. It was amazing to be a part of that,
Yeah.
because that's never happened,
Yeah, it's true.
you know,
It's true.
outside in front of Ashby Elementary School. Another time.
Yeah.
Granted, it was much warmer at that time.
Yeah, but still, just putting that thing together, it was
Amazing people.
Yeah, it was
Amazing.
it
From the
was-
clerk
Yeah.
to, everybody helped out. Everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody got together and helped wherever they could.
Mm-hmm.
This community is amazing, especially when the crap hits the fan. It could be anything from somebody's house catching fire, to somebody losing a family member, to somebody having a new grandbaby. Everybody wraps around and supports each other in the time of needs, in the time of happiness. It doesn't matter. They may not agree with you all the time, but I found a lot of people that don't necessarily agree with my thought process or my opinions. They'll be the first to call me and say, hey, how you doing? I noticed you were off on the meeting a little bit. Anything going on? And I was blown away. Many times it's happened. I'm like, thank you for calling. People just call and say, you know, I appreciate you. I appreciate what you're doing.
Really?
Yeah. Many,
Really?
many times. That's what keeps me going, Jim. It's that.
I've talked to a lot of other select board members.
Mhm.
Nobody's ever said that to me, that
Yeah.
they get called to say that they're
Oh.
appreciated, or all of them say they get called bitch calls.
Oh, we get those too. Let's
Yeah,
not, you know.
But
But the good definitely outweighs the bad.
every once in a while,
There's one,
it is
one or
nice,
two.
Yeah,
And you know, our job is to listen.
yeah,
We're not gonna fix it. Sometimes we can, but we listen, we try to help them as much as we can. Some of it's out of our control, but you show support. Some people just wanna be heard, you know? And their opinion matters, as well as my opinion, your opinion, it matters, because that's how they feel.
Do you think people feel like you are the person that changes things?
They do.
When they approach
They do.
you, like last night I was listening to somebody that was talking during the 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And I got the impression that they wanted to say it and you were gonna change it
Immediately.
just like that.
Mhm.
You were gonna write something out and it was done, it was changed.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have that power, do you?
No, we do not.
And you don't want that power.
No, I do not. No, I do not.
Okay.
But I'll help them,
Oh, no,
you know? I'll
That-
try and
that's
help them
obvious.
get it there.
but that's you.
Yeah.
That's you. You're sticking yourself out there. That's unusual
Mm.
for a select board member to put themselves out there like that. But you seem to have that personality, and people look at you and say, "Oh, brown eyes." I could talk to this guy.
You sound
Well,
like
you
my
do.
wife. Brown
No,
eyes.
but you have that temperament that you make it easy to talk to you.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Well, I'm not trying to make the move on you. I'm
No,
just
but-
saying that I think from what I've understood, that's the way people feel about you. You have that temperament that, you know, they gotta say it to somebody,
Yeah.
you know? So, thank you very much for coming in.
Thank you.
And, you know, I think we learned a lot about the select board, you know?
I'd be.
So,
Thank you. I appreciate it.